Good evening, Sean. How you doing?
Wonderful. How are you today?
Just fine. So what brings you in today?
Well, I'm having some issues.
Okay, what kind?
My husband says I have a problem with communication.
Okay, what kind of communication problems do you have?
I think he says my biggest problem is not expressing my feelings when he's talking, so that makes him angry.
Okay, so if we put it on a scale, with 0 being the worst communication of not opening up, and 10 being the best opening up of communication, 5 being right in the middle, you open up a little, but you still stay closed some, where would you be at on the scale?
Probably a 5.
Probably a 5, so you're right in the middle. Okay, well what we're going to do today is we're going to do role play, where I'll become you and you'll become your husband.
Okay.
This way we can learn together on how to open up properly so that we can be more expressive. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Before we begin, tell me some of the expressions or some of the things he wants you to open up about.
If he asks a question and I feel like my answer is going to be rude or really not what he wants to hear, then I'm probably going to not say anything.
Okay.
I'll probably just sit there and not say something.
Give me a scenario and we can work on it.
I guess like, say we get into an argument about something, or he, I feel like he's nitpicking because he's repeated something more than once. Then instead of me retaliating and saying something mean to him, then I'll just sit there and won't say anything.
Okay. Well, give me a topic that you'll argue about.
It could be the littlest of things, like if he says, for example, he might say, "Did you get the mail today?" Well, if I'm in the other room and I didn't hear you, and then you repeat it again, and I still don't get a response, then you come in here and you're upset because you feel like I'm ignoring you, but actually I really didn't hear you. So instead of me just telling you I didn't hear you because I feel like you're just hollering just to be hollering, then I'll just tune you out and won't say anything. I'll just sit there and look at you and just let you talk because I'm not going to get into an altercation.
Okay. Well, let's use that for our role play.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to be your husband, and I'm going to be you.
Okay.
So let's say it's the day that we come in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in the back room.
Okay.
And go.
Babe, did you get the mail today? Babe, did you get the mail today? I know you hear me. Did you get the mail today?
Oh, hey, how you doing today? How was your day?
So you didn't just hear me talking to you?
No, I was in the back room.
You was in the back room and you didn't hear me.
Well, sometimes when when we go in the back room, it's kind of hard to hear.
There's no one in the house but you and I, so you mean to tell me that you didn't hear me? Asked you 3 times if you got the mail today.
Well, honey, no, I didn't. But what is it that you needed? The mail? Oh, yes, the mail is on the counter.
Well, that's all I asked.
Well, you got to understand that if I can't hear you, then I can't answer you. But we can work on this. So now, let's try a different approach to where you say the same thing, and then I come at you the same way that you're coming at, and you're still the husband. Go ahead.
Babe, did you get the mail today? Hello?
Look, I didn't hear you when you were saying it the first time.
Okay, so you don't have to come in here with an attitude. All I asked was, did you get the mail? There's no need for you to get an attitude.
Well, what's wrong with you? Can't you get the mail?
It's not the fact that I cannot get the mail. I was just, before I went outside, I was just asking, did you get the mail? So I wouldn't make an unnecessary step outside. That was all.
Ugh, if I make unnecessary steps, then you can make one. Go get the mail if you want it. I'm tired too.
It's not that serious. It was just the mail, babe.
So how did that feel the first time and versus the second time?
I guess the first time it was okay. Second time it was like you just being a smart aleck.
How do you feel if he's not as expressive to you?
I guess I don't know. I guess it really does. It bothers me a little bit, but I really don't take a lot of it to heart. Versus the way he does.
So
'Cause he's very, I guess you would say like, he likes to talk everything out, whereas I like to just hold everything in, then once I explode, that's when everything comes out of what I was feeling.
well, what we can do is we can work on the approach of how to be more open and communicative towards your spouse. So what I want you to start doing is using the I. I feel, and you can express to him, and this helps you. I feel this way when you say it like this. So you say, I feel like I have to go to a defense mode when you come at me in a strong voice. So let me see how you provide back. So you can start with I feel.
I feel unappreciative when you come at me and you talk to me as if I'm your child instead of talk to me as if I'm your wife.
And then what you do after that is you say, how would you feel if I came to you that way? So we should learn how to talk to each other versus talk at each other. A lot of times, married couples get comfortable and with each other to the point you almost become brother-sister relationship. And it stopped being, I'm your woman, I'm your man, because you're so used to each other. So for homework, I want both of y'all to learn how to sit at the table with each other 10 minutes every day just to host a conversation.
We can do that.
When you get home from work, just do your unwinding, relaxation, then come to the table and pick a topic to talk about.
So it has to be at the table. It can't be in the room.
I'd rather for it to be in a neutral place at the table, because usually the table signifies what? Eating.
Oh yeah.
And then it also signifies like a meeting. And then once we can get to the point where we can talk to each other, then we'll start moving to different parts of the home for communication patterns. Is that okay with you?
I can work with that.
Okay, well that's good. Well, we will see each other next session, next week, same day,
Okay.
and we'll continue working on communication.
Sounds like a plan.
Thank you.
Thank you.